Welcome back, everyone. The suicide of NFL star Junior Seau, the latest. And we remember back in May, it sent shivers down the spines of not just current but former football players and, for that matter, NFL fans everywhere. Seau found dead on May 2nd at his home in California, apparently from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And he shot himself in the chest here to preserve his brain, many believe here, so it could be studied for the impact of concussions and the inevitable damages that attach after it. Now, Junior Seau, he played in the league for 20 seasons, one of 5 former NFL players who took their own lives just over the last 7 years. Now, many of those suicides, experts believe, may be linked to repeated head injuries sustained playing a sport so violent it's been described like being a car crash every 5 minutes. Now, concussions, they've been linked to a degenerative brain disease known as CTE. The disease has been linked to drug abuse, impulse control problems, impaired memory, depression, and, even as we just said, suicide, but can only be diagnosed after the death. Now, Andrew, you've been looking into this, and we got obviously a big lawsuit that the NFL is going to have to address sooner than later.
Yeah, and it's in the backdrop of the Junior Seau story and so many others that many former football players are suing the NFL, claiming that the league concealed information about the danger of concussions for decades. That suit alleges that the NFL knew as early as the 1920s about the harmful impact of concussions and that information was withheld from players and the public until 2010. Helmet maker Riddell is also a defendant. At this point, more than 80 concussion-related suits have been filed against the NFL by more than 2,000 former players. So a master complaint was filed in federal court in Philadelphia back in June, summarizing the players' claims. One of the former players in that suit is Rodney Hampton, former New York Giants running back, Super Bowl champion, and 2-time Pro Bowler. I spoke with him earlier today. Do you know how many concussions you've suffered over the course of your career?
No, I don't know. I know I am probably in college a couple, and for the New York Giants, I played for 8 seasons, and I cared about anywhere from 15 to 25 times a game. So I know I got my share amount of concussions. But hey, that's a part of the game.
When you hear the stories of the Junior Seaus or the other players who have come to tragic consequences as a result of concussions, or at least had their lives seriously impacted by the concussions, it's got to twist you up a little bit inside. I'm wondering, does that make you worry about yourself or your future? Do you have any in the middle of the night, any questions about something like that keeps you up?
Yeah, you do. A lot of guys talk about that. It's like, well, why would they hide this information from us? Teammate Dave Durson took his life. Like I said, I don't know if it comes from concussions, and then Seau with the thing happened. It's a sad thing, and my heart go out to his family. But like I said, they're looking into it right now, and hopefully find out the solution.
This lawsuit that you've joined, why did you decide to get involved?
A lot of things with the right-hand helmets that they held back information from us, and we think we're going to get behind 100% and find out what's really going on. And if they did, the lawyer's going to work out something to make this game safer. And not just me, it's a lot of guys way before me that's in bad shape. I did a signing with Earl Campbell probably about a month ago, and he's on a walker. So it's just not me. But that's the goal, to make it more safer for the future.
What kind of changes would you like to see? Either on the field or on the equipment? Do you just want to see them take whatever steps they think is in the best interest?
Well, whatever is in the best interest. You don't want nobody to be paralyzed and get hurt. But football is a rough game. It can be a light hit that a person can fall the wrong way and be paralyzed. So just wanted to get the equipment right and then make the game fun. And
what do you think? Maybe tougher rules for hitting with the head or hitting to the head?
That's
or something
the thing.
Like that?
I mean, they do a good job. Anytime you put your head down and try to hit somebody, they throw a 15-yard penalty. And then also they fine the guys. But sometimes it's a great line. Sometimes a guy just going to make a tackle and he's not trying to put his head down, but he getting fined $20,000 or $30,000. So it's kind of tough. It's a thin line.
I get the sense that all the risks that you know of, all the injuries that or the wear and tear that you had to go through, you'd still do it again if you had to do it all over again.
I'd do it again. But like I said, we just wasn't aware of the helmets and all that. But I think we love the game. I got to tell my son he liked playing basketball. I'm trying to get him in golf myself. But it's a game.
Non-contact game.
No contact. But I have no regrets. I love playing football.
Speaking of your son, if he had an interest in playing football, or for that matter, the kids who go to your camp, and we'll get to that in a second. Any concerns about them if they wanted to make a life in football? Would you be okay with them playing football professionally?
I'd be okay with it because right now they're doing something to make it better.
I want to talk about your camps a little bit, Hamps Camp, because it's, on first blush, it sounds like a football camp, but you're teaching a lot more than just football.
Yeah, it's more than football. It's Hamps Camp. It's just basically kids getting out and moving around. We do basketball some days, track, and just fundamentals of football. And I say the fundamentals of life. We just teaching kids to, get out and move around and learn the fundamentals of football. And 3 things I always tell the kids every time they get tired of me saying: believe in yourself, work hard, and be disciplined. You do those 3 things, they'll take you a long ways in life. If you're not disciplined, you being late, in the NFL, or 1 minute late, you find $1,000. So, I never want to get that money back, man.
While you're here, I got to ask you, what's the one thing the Giants fans always come up with? What's the first thing they ask you? Is it to see the ring? Is it about a game? Hey, I saw you play.
See the ring and, thank for the memories. And with Giants, the fans is awesome. You know what I mean? I've been retired over 15 years, and I go back to the stadium and it still make me feel like I'm at home.
Very nice, man. Rodney wants people to know he's not angry with the NFL. He just wants more info, especially for the younger football players entering the league. By the way, that was only a portion of our interview. For the entire thing, head over to our Facebook page. Just go onto Facebook and do a search for Richard French Live. You'll find it right there. Rich?
And a lot of players that are attached to suit are quite angry. They point to other guys like Mackey, former NFL All-Pro tight end, who doesn't even know who he is right now, and they point directly to a league that they felt was not upfront with them about what was going on. So we'll, of course, follow that suit. All right, everyone, we're going to jump to a break. When we come back, got some files for you on issues we've been covering right on this show. Please stay with us.